know we are in a different time when even Donald Trump is thinking of allowing podcasters to be a part of the White House press, have their own room, have their own section basically to deliver news. This could be actually pretty cool for some podcasters who really go out there, they do their research, they spew out the facts, and help us see the real humanity behind the person that is portrayed in media. But don't take it from me. Let's go ahead and look at the TMZ video about what was said regarding Donald Trump allowing podcasters to be a part of the White House media.
We saw how it impacted the election, so people are listening. The question, how would it work? I mean, how would, say, a Theo Von, who's a comedian...
How you even came up with this and when, like, your conversation with Don, and just dial the germ of this.
Well, I brought it up to a few people at the administration, and I just think it's the best way to deliver news to the audience that, to the younger audience. Obviously, mainstream media has its own audience and the older crowd. But, when he did this podcast run with Milk Boys, Theo Von, even the live streamers, Aiden Ross, Patrick Bet-David, he tapped into a whole different audience that doesn't necessarily watch NBC or ABC or CNN.
What I'm wondering is the reaction you're going to get from traditional media. They're going to feel so threatened by this because the audiences for these podcasters are so much bigger than them that they're going to have more of an impact. And I think it's just going to change everything if it happens.
Harvey, we've known each other a while, so I've got to ask you, who gives a what they think? Right? Who cares what they think? You know what I mean?
Are these podcasters going to go in there and, yes, you want to get the message out to their audience, but are they also going to be willing to challenge the administration when something just doesn't seem right, when something isn't adding up, or are they just going to be there as cheerleaders?
Well, that's what we got TMZ for. We got TMZ to challenge what's right. We got TMZ to get the truth and get it told. Like, TMZ is going to gut it out. They're going to get to the nitty gritty.
Because, the press has a very serious role, plays a very serious role in our society constitutionally.
I think there have been a few guys that have kind of pressed him. I do think there are going to be things. Now, there's not going to be gotcha moments. We don't do that. We want to do that with anybody. Even our podcast, if we were to interview someone on the other side, Theo had Mark Cuban on his podcast, and there were no gotcha moments. I think the mainstream media, the ABCs and CNNs, they love the gotcha moments because they love to make them look bad because they think that's what their audience wants. There wouldn't ever be a gotcha moment, but I do think if there's some pressing stuff and there's some questions that our audiences want to hear, they're going to ask.
Yeah, so I actually think this is a pretty cool idea. I think that podcasters should be able to be a part of the White House media. I think that podcasters, we have to understand that a true podcaster, right, their job is to get to the information that people want to know. But their job is also to show the real authenticity of the person or of that story that's being told. So I think it's a very good idea to have a podcaster there. They're kind of like talk show hosts in a way, you know what I'm saying? But they're just... Some of them are more entertaining than others. Some of them, they just want to chillax, talk, and get to the real conversation, the real information, and what is going on with the situation or with that person. So I think it's a good idea for not only the younger crowd, but for people who truly like to see the authenticity of someone, just like a regular interviewer. I hope that there is like a Christian podcaster, someone who, has that type of crowd or that type of viewer, a fan base. Because one thing I like about Trump is he's not discriminatory. Like, he cares about Christians, he cares about people of all religion, he cares about the community, he cares about America, and he cares about anybody regardless of what race or skin tone they are. And so I'm really hoping that they can get someone I'm hoping that he could get a podcaster that is God-fearing for us in a church community. And so I think that would show great diversity for him to have a podcaster who is also a Christian. And I think that is possible, considering that there's a lot of Christian in high places. So I think it gets to open up the door for many people for different opportunities and better opportunities, because a lot of the times these podcasters, they do work hard. A lot of podcasters work really hard in media, in what they do, and I think that they should have a bigger platform, a place like the White House, their own little room or their own little section within the White House. As long as they stick to the facts, as long as they give us the information that is needed, as long as they're not trying to be paid off, then I think it is a great idea. What do you guys think? Put it in the comments. Healthy debate. Be respectful. And I will see you guys in my next video. All right. Stay blessed.